Tonight we have quite an interesting game, Tater Thots versus Pepehands, which some of you may know was the final of Tier 1 last season. I am your host, Sebi786, and joining me tonight we have Oblood.
Hello. Okay, and we have readies from both teams, correct?
Yeah.
Alright.
We are good to go.
First map, boosts on. I'm just checking spectators really quick. Oh god.
So it's definitely going to be an interesting match because both teams have made some interesting pickups since the last season. Hopefully that can sway the result in favour of Tater Thots, who I'm sure are looking for redemption after the finals from last season.
I'm actually hoping, since I commented Tater Thots, well, not commentated, I unfortunately had the issue with the mic, but I'm hoping Tater Thots have improved a bit, because last time around there was no ult management going on with their team. They had 6 ults at one point, and it almost felt like a triangle fest happening with them. So hopefully they're able to control that.
Hopefully the synergy is there. Do you want to double check for pause real quick?
Yeah.
There we go. Is there anything you want to see specifically from these teams?
Ready for battle.
Okay, maybe some huge nades will be landed. The Moira, Cat. I actually don't know. I'm pretty excited. We're running double shield on one end, and the Zarya and Rhine combo.
Yep. It's definitely good that Winter's on the Soldier as well, because Yarrow on that Echo is going to be difficult to take down. Unless Timon can hit his shots. Surprisingly, he's not on that Torbjorn this time. It'll be quite difficult to break the double shield.
Doesn't look like it will.
Focus my target. My will made real.
The objective is now
Boosting up.
That's the first pick. It's actually huge. Timon is pretty much the only one there that can break the double shield. With him out, Darrella and Eden are going to thrive. A very quick coalescence coming out from Chaotic Death. Pretty much going in favour of Tater Thots right now. So the Nana comes out, but Aiden with the slam, or excuse me, with a pin.
Wolf did end up using his shatter, but was blocked off by Aiden there, so that's an unfortunate cause.
With that, there's one ult that Tater Thots really don't need to worry about, and a big ult at that as well. But we do have a Grab Dragon coming up. VCAT doesn't have a B.
Maybe they're hoping to build up a coalescence and just coalescence into a Grav.
Yep, agreed. Cat Loving Scat already at 50% of Nano. Pretty impressive. I wonder if they're going to go for the Grab Dragon. They come to Grab's quite big. The Dragons to help confirm those kills. Eskimo does get a pick from Winter. And Timon, both DPS down. It's currently anyone's fight right now. Chaotic with another coalescence. It looks like we're going to see a shatter coming out with Jarl swapping with Rhine. That is a massive shatter. Able to find 4, I believe. And it looks like they'll be able to flip the point. Tater Thots are able to get about maybe 60%.
Back online.
Good stall there from VK.
That was a massive shatter by Wolf. I was actually thinking that Neutral Jarl, when he copied the Reinhardt, was going to be able to get the shatter off on them.
Yeah, I'm surprised they melted it that quickly. Tater Thots do have 2 tank holes to work with now. Winter does have his own, but that's the only thing that keep them in the fight.
Seems like they are pushing Winter out.
Shatter does come out and it finds 1. Fritz was bubbled to avoid any potential hits there.
Wolf about to lose his shields here too. Gonna have to get aggressive a bit more.
Mori is building grab really quickly. Nana, I'm assuming that's going to come out now. Yeah.
Get in there.
There is Mori with the first pick as well. I think it went to Aiden. That the shield against the guard and it's cleanup fight. Nice pick from Jarl though. Able to take out Tarmin before being taken out himself.
But unfortunately Tommen is on Tracer. He'll be able to come back with a pulse bomb.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll combo the grab pulse. The VCAT does have beat ready.
And they have coalescence as well, just to push through maybe. I think Wolf's looking for a cheeky shatter here too. Maybe?
Coalescence and the beat will come out. The pulse bomb is used, so fortunately beat was able to save him from that.
The shatter for Wolf.
Winter finally popping his ult. That rather finds two, so it's currently an even fight. Gotta watch out for that soldier in the back. And nanoed Lucio. You love to see it. But teams are able to get back onto points. Could be anyone's game now.
Indeed, that was a massive...
Fortunately, was not able to block that. Big shot there from Eden. Oh, it's looking like Pepehands are taking this right now.
Check this out.
VCAT is contesting it out with Lucio. Unfortunately gets picked off. Wow.
I've still got it.
Score 0-1.
Yeah, I quite like the aggressive play, even when they weren't double shielding. They were still able to
Ready for battle.
get quite a few picks with all that damage from Winter and Tarmin as well. Do you see a swap from Mori onto the Diva and added onto Wall? So, a couple more swaps actually. Looks like the healers are swapping. Tarmin's on the Mei, Mori on the Zarya. It's looking like the rest is sort of similar.
5, 4, 3.
Neutral Jarl does have to be careful about the headshot from Tarmin.
Round 2. Capture the objective.
It's interesting they know when to swap off and change characters around and
I agree.
to counter each other so quickly.
I wonder if Chaotic will have a good time though, since Pepehands aren't really running the Tracer anymore.
I mean, I think she still will find cause into hurting Wolf is, I think, what they're looking into doing more than anything.
The objective is now
Tater was starting that fight strong, but it looks like Wolf and Winter able to sway it back into their favour.
Jarl just trying to contest maybe for a bit.
Alright, build some whole charge. That's a nice stagger on Eskimo. Wolf is incredibly low. Kate is going to get a lot of ult charge for that. As you can see, 60% of his ult. Maybe we can see a mana come out already for this next fight. Now, Tater Thots are taking the alley rotation.
It's quiet time.
Interesting, I think Fritz is gonna go look for a boot maybe? Getting walled
does
off
come out.
as well for their things. Aiden is looking behind them as well. Oh, maybe not taking a rotation.
Oh, that was so close. Anyway, cool. Chat did come out. Hammond was able to find Gabriella. He's taking a lot of damage and his shield is broken. He's got to play this carefully. Winter and Tarmin with picks respectively. And it's looking like Pepehands are going to hold for now. We do have a few ults coming online for Tater Thots. So I wonder if they're going to try to shatter High Noon maybe. Definitely have to be careful though.
Winter is in an interesting spot to counter the backline a bit for damage. Here we go.
Yeah, we know Winter always going on these weird flanks.
Eskimo unfortunately getting frozen in the...
Touch from afar. I will break you.
This high rotation for Winter was able to find Gavarella. Mori able to get the last tank, so it's definitely going to be an uphill fight for Tater Thots.
Unfortunately, is anybody going to be able to touch?
Doesn't look like it. That one goes to Pepehands.
Play of the game. Double kill.
A nice play there from Winter. Icy popped off that map? Yeah, I agree with you. What do you think Tater had to do?
It almost felt like their communication might have been off. Maybe, I can tell. But like when they were pushing in second point, like every time they were getting constantly made walled off. They need to either rush in together instead of just like one at a time. We've seen that happen quite a bit, unfortunately.
If they turned around and maybe tried rotating onto Winter, they probably could have got that early pick and then...
I mean, at the same time, like, if they were expecting that May wall right there, they could have gone through where Winter was actually holding, because that May wall would have been kind of useless anyways, because they can break through it and they're all on the high ground at the same time, instead of getting walled off. But, decisions. King's Row, everybody's favorite.
Gotta love King's Row.
Can be.
See some Widow.
That play by Winter was actually really smart. I don't know, like, if you think about it, Winter actually was focusing the front line, but then he saw the soldier bullets, and then he instantly rotated over to go for the soldier rather than focus the front line.
Yeah,
so it's interesting little things that, you know, to stop the enemy team from doing.
Game sense is definitely a big factor in there. You can tell with these teams. I think VCAT has an open profile.
VCAT has an open profile, yeah. Does he not? I checked
I can't
it.
tell. I think I'm his friend, so...
Ah, that's true.
So Tater Thots are going to be going for the same lineup. Just give me 1 moment.
Everybody wants to see goats. I don't think Icy can handle one-man goats yet.
There's something wrong with chat if they want to see goats. I mean, goats is fun to play in, but to commentate over and watch.
It's a chaos, to be honest.
Okay, just waiting on the ready for Tater Thots, and we should be good to go. One thing Tater Thots need to watch out for is Pepehands DPS.
Indeed.
Can't be sleeping on them because they will pop off if you give them enough time and space.
Indeed. And what's worse is because both of them play like a flank DPS. If one goes from the right, the other one goes from the left. You have to pick and choose and focus target, and then go for the other one, and hope that he hasn't done enough damage to the team yet.
I wonder if we're going to see some flanking Orissas this time around.
Hopefully, hopefully.
And we got the ready, so we should be good to go.
Alright, map 2. I'm excited. Always Widow plays on here.
Now
Fascinating to
entering
watch.
King's Row.
I wonder if
Widows
they'll...
definitely fun to watch.
Are Tater Thots gonna keep a double shield, maybe? It was working for them early in the beginning. Maybe just communication might have been off, or... I'm not sure.
Yeah, the double shield definitely makes it hard for someone like Soldier to get any value. Even the Ana, which I know Ket likes playing, so maybe that is the secret recipe.
And especially if they are running that Ana, because Ket does tend to
Ready
land
for battle.
quite a big nades on the enemy team.
Okay, so it looks like Tater Thots are going to be running a double sniper, double shield for defense with the Bat Mercy.
And Winter is on Pharah as well, so it'll help
Attackers
out
incoming
having
in
Jarl
30
on
seconds.
Ashe pre-hand.
It looks like we see a couple of swaps. I wonder if Winter's going to have a pocket this time around. I know last time he was playing the Pharah without a pocket. It definitely hindered him with someone like Electro Mouse.
5, 4,
We do have quite a brawl comp from Pepehands. Looks like he swapped off the Pharah onto the Soldier, running the Lucio and Ana as well. And it seems like Timon swapped to the Symmetra now as well. I wonder if we're going to see any sort of wacky slip TPs coming up.
establishing defense point.
Out of existence.
Winter getting picked off by Jarl early on here.
Yeah, that damage boost from Chaotic really is helping there. And a good retreat from Pepehands.
Unfortunately, Jarl getting another pick off with Tommen. Both of their DPS respawning at the moment.
Yeah, that was a really good stagger there. It's definitely going to take some time off the puck.
Winter trying to take the high ground as Soldier here. But I don't think Jarl will allow him to.
Looks like we have TP from the team. Taking that top right rotation.
Not
See Winter
all
on
of
the
them
flank
were able
on the
to go
bridge.
on top, but they are rotating over.
Now the sim from Timon is really smart with the double shield from Tater Thots. He's just going to be full charged the entire time. Or he does get Dabarella.
Winter took a great spot up there when Tater Thots rode it backwards. He stayed on the high ground and went behind them. That was a nice sleep, but got woken up a little early. Unfortunately.
I wonder if that was the smartest move considering Tater Thots lost both of their tanks. Maybe it was just to take some time off the clock, but now Jarl doesn't have any ult charge to bring Bob in this next fight. Caw. Welcome to the stream, Jack.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, and a nice takedown on the ult and Soldier from Jarl. It's looking like a triangle. That's like a big grab. Find 3. The dragons come out.
That was a very nice combo by them.
Absolutely, that damage taking half health off of any character, and then the dragons on top just the easy melt.
Indeed. Zach getting a pick on. That's good, they're keeping the high ground and not letting Winter or Tommen have it.
That being said, Winter is on that high ground again. Looks like he's going all the way around. Did they see him though? Looks like Jarl
See,
did
Jarl
notice him.
did.
Winter's biding his time right now. Pepehands are playing around the corner. I think they might be waiting for a play from Winter. Where is he? He's all the way in the back there.
I think Winter already back. I'm not sure where'd he go. Oh, there he is. I almost didn't see him either.
Hey, those do know he's there though. On a nice shot, able to find two. Is it enough? Should be with that nano Reinhardt.
Winter keeping the high ground there, not getting off.
He's able to find a pick. Coming with a follow-up as well. Looks like Pepehands are finally able to break through.
Winter might get picked off here. Unfortunately not. Looks like he'll get the Zac pick. Eskimo pick, I mean.
Yeah, you want to be careful with those Helix rockets. 6 seconds now, I believe, right?
And not to mention, it looked like Winter might have lost it because there was both Jarl and Zac going up to do some Eskimo going up to do some damage on him with a Mercy Pocket. So
Like I said, you can't be sleeping on the DPS for Pepehands. Bob and Dragons are available for Tater Thots. The Chris does have a beat ready.
The only thing is there's only one person on payload, so the payload hasn't get pushed too far, allowing Taters to contest.
Bob is here, able to contest. He is asleep, but still able to contest in that time.
An interesting wall.
A bunch of ults, but Aiden ate the grab, that's huge.
This will only hurt for
That was a
Big
massive
shot over to
shot.
Looks like they can get a second point here. Town with 3-piece.
Common just melting people away with Sim.
With that 4K.
Might be just a play of the game. I'm not sure.
Carmen reminding everyone that Winter isn't the only person that can play DPS with Pepehands.
They let Winter get the high ground, but
Got you in my sights.
The high ground with the Visor was able to find Jarl. I think that Eskimo as well. Taking out both DPS. Nice beat there from Chris. Able to keep everyone alive. It's looking like Winter's popping off from this high ground. They have to contest him.
that was a
Question is, can
very...
Tater Thots touch now?
Round 1.
Wow.
Really smart plays there from Pepehands.
I've still got it.
We know Winter likes the flank and loves the high ground, so being able to rain down with a soldier from up above like that, definitely bad news for Tater Thots.
I originally thought that it was only going to be Tommen going up, but that was a very smart play to send Winter up because I don't think anybody was expecting it.
I agree. Those positions are usually reserved for like Ashes, Widows, and like Hanzos, but don't tend to see a soldier up there unless you put up a Sim TP.
And they destroyed the Sim TP right away as soon as he got up there, so it was a very smart play to do it as soon as they melted the team and waiting for them to spawn in again.
Yeah, I agree with you. It looks like Pepehands are still going to be running that sort of brawl comp with the soldier. I'm probably going to be looking to wall off some people and keeping the healing line the same. Looks like a similar comp from Tater Thots as well, except Adin's on Aiden is on the Diva now. Is it Adin or Aiden?
Aiden.
Aiden.
I will break you.
Oh, if I keep saying Adin, I apologize.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Looks like
Winter
Winter's
on
already on the flank.
Incoming.
Indeed. But he was seen a bit by Eskimo, maybe.
I wonder if this snake's going to get anyone. Unfortunately not. I like the idea of some get though. The wall does come out, but there is a gap so they can come through. Jarl with the first pick and a big pick as well. Pepehands aren't running the Mercy, so currently a 5v6, make that a 4v6.
Their only healer being an Ana, they need to play back a bit. Eskimo getting picked off. Picked off, I mean picking the Ana off as well, so no heals for Pepehands here, unfortunately.
Now Winter in the back lines. I don't know what his plan is right now. Looks like he might be trying to take Jarl off the high ground.
And he does.
Jarl almost able to get away.
But
Now
seems like
Aiden is going to contest him. When to get out. Fortunately not, VCAP was there to help. Now that's going to be a good stagger since Thots have the spawns. Noah and the Nana come out. Both teams respectively.
VCAT getting
VCAP gets taken out.
Routing navigation system to defense. You're not getting away. Touch from a...
I'm on fire.
For your own safety.
Now, Eskimo just popping off.
Aiden does have to get back into the max pretty soon here. Oh, that's an unfortunate
Really nice
pick on
timing.
Winter. I think they're not picking up. Winter's always going to be in their back lines, no matter what.
That's why the Hanzo's so good. Just
Cast this forth.
Sonic Arrow around any corner, you might just be there. He does get the mech back as well, so he's going to need him. Pepehands to
Wolf about to shatter.
gets the shatter, but
I think the May
Wolf
wall
knocked
might have, yeah.
it's like a triangle fest. Favor of Tater. We're still popping up on the Hanzo. Tater have 5.5 minutes to get it this final third. Getting a nice stag on. Definitely what Tater Thots want.
Let's see you get past this.
I like the wall there from Tamin just to ease the pressure off a little bit for their tanks. You see a couple of ults online for both teams. Dragons are available for both teams, so I wonder if this is going to be another triangle fest. Here comes the Nano and the Dragons. Dragons are returned, and Eskimo was able to find crits. Winter does take out his counter piece though. That's a lot of
Aiden
damage
and their
taken out.
back lines, interestingly enough. Falling asleep as well.
Establishing defense.
And getting
Was
staggered.
doing a lot of work though.
They're trying to stagger Aiden out so much here.
It looks like Aiden is very close to getting his ult though. Seems he just fell off there. Might have been a smart idea to reset there.
I'm working.
Pepehands finally able to hold this. But they've only got the beat online. They do have Shatter coming up. Maybe the Blizzard. Is it going to be quick enough? Nice
Nice.
sleep onto Bob.
Shatter not catching anybody by Wolf here.
Fortunately, Bob was woken up. Gabriella does get the pick onto Tamin. There will be no Blizzard for this fight until she comes back. Nice Dragon able to split the team and get VCAT at the same time.
Aiden and their backlines sleep again. Unfortunate. Might have been good actually to just die off.
Okay, Jack, I'll remember that. Nice headshot there from Winter. Now we have a bunch of ults online for both teams. Make that almost 5 for Tater Thots. The crit still has his beat, so I don't know what he's going to be using him on. Maybe for the block. The beat does come out, as does the Blizzard. It's going back and forth, more in favour of Pepehands. Looks like they're staggering Aiden again. I said it right this time.
Yes, indeed. That was a trade-off. Common for
Nice purple.
Eskimo.
Able to get 2 there.
I am loving this.
Now both teams with 3 ults each. Get them to get is close to getting that nano. Nice pick again. Like Deja Vu, Winter with another headshot onto Jarl.
Engaging portal.
That's a big shatter by Wolf. Is there enough follow-up?
Able to get the staggers.
Almost felt like Nano wasn't necessary there.
Yeah, the team was retreating there, so it might have been worth keeping one of those. The shatter was definitely a smart play though. And Wolf is a quarter of the way back to his shatter again. Oh, I like that pull. That was a huge pull. Welcome to the dragon. Winter was unable to find anyone with a dragon, but was able to get VK. It's apparently a 5v5. Maiden's in the backline sleeping. Unfortunately, unable to eat that ult since he was in the backlines there. Cab and Winter with picks respectively. Like Thots are having to back out.
I'm not 60 seconds remaining.
Seems just a little while ago Tater Thots had 5 minutes on the clock. Now it's just winding down to less than a minute here.
Yeah, I agree. Now Pepehands are going to be on the back foot, especially with the first pick from Eskimo. So if I take Thots can take this all the way.
I think they're just trying to stall it out right now from Pepehands to go into that overtime.
Can they take out Warrior?
And
So
they
low.
are.
They're like with a double.
Round 2 complete.
They were able to finish with time on the clock. So fortunately Pepehands don't need to get that one tick.
3-3.
So the time difference is huge. Pepehands having 3 times the amount.
Initiating match.
I think if Tater Thots play their cards right, and get that early pick like they did last time, they'll be able to get the point quite quickly.
I wonder if they'll run the Sem strat again from Pepehands here.
Ready for battle.
It's not looking like it. They might do it for attack, but for defense they're running a similar comp. Winter's
I apologize.
on the Hanzo, they're running that. You're fine. They are running the Brawl tanks and the same heal lineup.
I actually thought that Pepehands were gonna attack first for a second.
It confuses me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tater Thots running a double sniper. Looks like they really are banking on that early pick.
And I think same goes with Pepehands though, because they have the May wall going up to solo out some people here.
Defend objective A.
Wow, Luigi.
Aiden accepting that nade from Kit here.
Defense matrix activated.
Ping. There it
That's the thing
is.
they were looking for. Now they can be quite aggro. That was a nice purple though. They might have to back up. That was a huge purple actually.
30 seconds.
They are down, Pepehands are down both of their DPS here, but
A nice res from Chaotic. Tater Thots hurry up, they can take this fight on.
with a baby diva in their backline as well, so they can melt her down, and there she goes.
Nice headshot there from Tamin.
10 seconds remaining.
They got another for Tamin right now. Tater Thots won't be able to touch.
Will Wolf die here? Almost less than 100. There's the nano.
He's getting that pocket though.
Indeed. There's a shatter up as well. Getting no one, unfortunately.
Stuff like cleaning. Umbrella was able to touch, but oh, Yarrow was able to touch as well, but it's looking like Pepehands are going to hold this.
Round 3 complete.
That was a pretty good stall by
Score
Tater Thots trying to...
3-3. Switching sides.
Would have been in favour of Tater Thots as well since they got that first pick, but that purple
Initiating
was able to
rematch.
allow Pepehands to get 2 picks there in return.
Ready for battle.
Just to take away, and in reality, we are seeing the Tom and Onsen
Attackers
here.
incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, looks like they're running relatively the same comp. They might try that Sim TP onto the top right as they did before. I wonder if Aiden is expecting that and going monkey for that reason. Looks like the same sort of DPS from Tater Thots as Pepehands did for their defense. Maywall might not be enough though because of that Sim TP, but we'll see.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Pepehands only need 1 tip. All they need is an early pick from Winter, maybe. That wall is able to split the team 3 apart and they get a pick here. It does. Yep, charming. Yarrow with a follow-up. That being said, Aiden is taken down by Mori. There is no res. Fortunately, Aiden can come back quickly. Monkey.
Indeed. But in reality, Pepehands only really have to wait out until they actually have ults.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, and a nice pick there from Eskimo, able to take out his counterpart.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Tommen swapping off to Reaper, interesting, to go for to really focus down Aiden here.
And Winter on his Frosty Doomfist as well. Looks like they're going all out brawl. Might be quite good for a Jarl actually, able to probably wall off some people.
Unfortunate wall was used, but nobody sold it out. Aiden getting picked off early on. Both of the tanks down by Tater Thots.
Nice pick from Eskimo, able to find that hedge again. And a nice bubble from Mori, able to get Wolf out as he was almost about to be frozen. Pepehands take map 2.
Victory. Play of the game.
I think this might have been the 4K after Wolf Shatter. Yeah, there it is.
Double.
That was just a meltdown happening.
That was nasty.
Indeed.
Big numbers. from both
21k
teams.
healing, 39% of the damage. Yikes.
Almost 40k damage blocked as well from Wolf.
I was about to leave the game.
Yeah, don't do that, please. So Pepehands will be defending for the next map, which is Sky.
Yes. Volskaya is the next one.
It's definitely a fun map to watch. Maybe a Pharah, maybe a Hanzo coming out. Looks like Aiden is out and Battle is in.
Can you check Battle's profile? I haven't checked Battle Armories. I mean, I'm sure they are. They're good people. They're good human beings. I
Are
think.
they? Could have fooled me.
I would assume.
Yep, he's open.
The only one I could think of is not a good person is VCat. Sometimes he's a bit too,
Oh, I agree with you.
you know.
VCat and Cat, both
He's
awful
worse than
human
the
beings.
FBI sometimes. That knows your history of unnecessary stuff.
And swap Marie for crits.
Gotcha.
The reverse sweep is definitely on the table here.
Indeed.
What do you think Tater Thots need to do now? It was going in their favour for quite a while in that King's Row game, so they've definitely got it in them.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like once they get that first pick, they kind of don't push in on it. They're not aggressive enough in a way to push in onto the team when they get that pick, especially on Winter or Tommen, to dive in onto them because they had initial picks, but they kind of like stood in the back line. The tanks were in the back line as well, rather than pushing up into them. They're not brawly enough in a way when they get that pick.
I agree with you. Maybe if they had the focus fire, they could be a little bit more aggressive and sort of snowball.
As well. And almost like when Aiden was on that monkey at the very end there, he was also just focusing on his own. There was no pocket on him either because Chaotic, I believe, she was on the Mercy. She wasn't pocketing Aiden. She was pocketing Jarl on Ashe, who Jarl was getting the first pick, but they weren't able to push in on it exactly with Aiden kind of soloing off on his own.
Yep, and Pepehands were definitely dealing with Aiden in the back as well. So it was definitely a uphill fight for Tater Thots. Okay, just waiting on the ready for Tater Thots and should be good to go in a second. Just give me 1 moment.
Are you expecting anything out of either of the teams?
In terms of heroes or?
Heroes or gameplays or something you want to see by them? Will they run the sim back? Well, Skya is known for having sims.
Yeah, you can definitely teleport, like, take the flank route on the left or teleport on top of that middle hut. Both strategies seem to work quite a few times, anytime I've been, receiving it or playing against it. I feel like Pepehands might be running, like, a soldier tracer, I want to say. Definitely seen Tommen and Winter play those heroes on this map a few times. Though I do want to see, like, a Pharah come out, maybe a Hanzo, like I was saying earlier. A lot of high ground to sort of claim as a Hanzo and just, get the dinks.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? Anything specific?
I know Battle is a little bit more aggressive as far as his plays go, so if Dabarella can keep up with him in his antics to push in like that, I think it'll help them in the long way, because Jarl and Eskimo are able to get that initial pick with Battle being aggressive and leading the charge through, it will kind of help push through. That I think should have shown up in King's Row.
Yeah. I get you.
So maybe we'll be
we
able
have
to
the
see that
race.
reverse sweep. Alright, let's start.
Maybe a May Reaper brawl.
May Reaper.
Traveling to
Looks like we have some love in
Industries.
chat for Tater Thots.
I think there's always love in chat for the Thots.
Initiating match.
Plus they're taters. How could you hate on taters?
Tater Thots?
Tater. You know. Potatoes that are taters. Don't worry about it.
I don't think Tater Thots or Tater Tots are really a thing here in Britain.
That's sad
I'll have to
to hear.
confirm with Kat.
Ready
That is
for
very
battle.
sad to hear.
Just eat chips.
Chips.
Yeah, they're basically the same thing, right? Or fries, as you guys call them.
No, they're not. Different.
Attackers
They're
incoming
different.
in 30 seconds.
So it looks like a broad comp from Pepehands for defense.
Interesting. We are
I
gonna
mean,
see
was gonna
Jarl.
go the Genji, but swap.
Jarl being on Torbjorn. I think it might be just to like call out the initial spot wherever Winter will try to flank them.
5,
The
Yeah.
Torbjorn turret will
3,
definitely
2, 1.
make
Attackers
him hesitate
incoming.
a bit more to peek.
Defend objective A.
I don't think if you know, you might have noticed that, but Winter doing the rocket jump, able to get on top of that middle hut there. You'd like the switch up from Tater Thots though. Jarl one instead of his signature Ash this time round.
I worked hard on that.
Almond getting the first pick on Eskimo here.
Now Chaotic in a rough position right now. Really nice mercy jump to get out of line of sight.
They are pressuring her to stay back and not come in, so it is a 4v6 right now.
Yeah, but it looks like Winter is going to be waiting for them. As is Carmen. So Eskimo does get the pick onto Winter. Bree is able to get that res, so anyone's fight. Alax making it a 6v5, but Carmen returning the favor.
Thots are getting their first pick here. Winter on the flank on the high ground on them.
Was able to push Beak out of the top though. Makes it slightly more difficult for Baptiste to hit his shots and left around.
Looks like Tater Thots will take first point.
Objective lost.
We have quite a few ults coming online for both teams again. Might see the Bobs come out.
Molten Core will probably be in a good initiator as well in here.
Tater Thots taking that top right rotation. Not sure if that's to give.
I think they want to keep the Torbjorn turret on high. There we go.
Multiple trying a lot of safe there. Bob, Visor, Window, Nano. So many ults. That's right now. The timing. Bob was able to find Umbrella. Eskimo's Bob unfortunately not doing anything since he was fast asleep. Great job from Pepehands as well, not to wake him up.
Eyes on the bad guys.
Here it comes.
I'm even stronger.
Pepehands did expend 4 ults there. They do have their tank ults coming online, but... Oh, excuse me, Pepehands. Did I say Pepehands or Tater Thots?
Pepehands.
Yeah, I am right then. It looks like Tater Thots are going to win this. That Bongo is just doing a lot of work helping their team just do an incredible amount of damage.
Great things for you.
Winter is able to touch, but is taken out. Can the rest of the team get back in time?
To let off some steam.
Round 1. Complete.
Xiao was able to find battle, but not enough.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
It is a league game between two tier 1 teams. Score is currently 2-0 in favour of Pepehands. The Tater do have a really strong time bank here.
I think this is what I hate about this map.
Ready for
Because it
battle.
will go back and forth on this map, unfortunately.
Not looking forward to that. Though it is one of the better TCP maps, so you know, beggars can't be choosers there, I guess.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Now it's looking like for the attack side we've got a double sniper potentially. I say potentially because the DPS are known to keep swapping until the last second. They're running the double shield along with the Baptiste Mercy. Thots are also going for that double shield though. They're going to be slightly more pressurized since Wolf has the higher shield than the what's his face?
Show them what you can do.
What do you call him?
1.
What is his name? Sigma.
Attackers
That's
Sigma.
it.
incoming. Defend
The
objective
Thots
A.
are running the same DPS lineup as they did through all of their attack.
Here it comes.
I'm in getting
Very
the
early
first
pick.
pick.
So the res does come out from Chaotic. Now Taters have to play this very carefully since that red is not going to be available for 30 seconds.
And the idea is Pepehands aren't, I think, ideally a strong team for defense, but they are a very much DPSy attack team.
Tamin essentially denied that res by taking out Eskimo yet again. And then Winter had the follow up there. It's looking like very quick take from Pepehands. I like the resets there to stop any sort of ult charge for Pepehands as well.
Objective lost.
Pepehands already
Defense point.
on second point here.
Establishing defense point.
I like that one person was capping point while the rest of them just moved up. Tamin does get a pick,
Big
but Eskimo
shatter.
retaliates. It's looking like Winter and Tamin are popping off right now.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
I'm not.
Tanks for Tater Thots were able to touch, but not for long.
Round 2.
Wow.
Complete.
That was a really strong take there from Pepehands as well.
Score.
Like I
2
said,
to 2.
unfortunately Pepehands
Switching
aren't a
sides.
strong defense team. It's more so that they're very much brawly and up in the
Initiating
face of the
match.
enemy team. Makes it hard to fight against them, but defense they are weakened.
Definitely tell with this performance here. You definitely know that Pepehands are a lot more aggro as well. So it seems anyone that's defending is always going to be on the back foot here.
Ready for battle.
So it's like Pepehands are going to run that double sniper, double shield, and the same heal lineup. You have the double snipers coming out from Tater Thots as
Attackers
well.
incoming in
A
30
Diva
seconds.
instead of the double shield this time, maybe to eat some damage from Tamin, and with the same heal lineup as well. That double sniper is going to be a fair amount of damage to the double shield. Is it going to be enough though?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Seeing if he can get a cheeky fire strike. No battle axe should
Defend
eat it,
objective
and he
A.
did.
Showtime.
Warning. Engaging the enemy. I recommend moving behind.
Looks like Tater Thots are taking this left rotation here.
You are advised to look behind my back.
Interesting choice. Maybe getting some space for their DPS to pop off. I like that battle took went off the high ground there, but Tommy was able to get that pick. Chaotic with the res. And Tater's on the back foot again. And Yarrow with the first pick. But Marie does get the res, so let's fight right now. But the D-man going to battle might be massive. Fortunately, he did get a tick. I think I did say that quite slow. It's a lot of damage. Usually Yarrow does get timing, but like enough, and this might be a big stagger here. Nice clean up there from Wolf.
Please move behind the barrier.
30 seconds remaining.
They're on the rope. Put them out of their misery.
Targets in sight.
It's nice to see like the Immort's being used to for its full potential and getting that res as well. The dragon was able to get Yarrow, but the res was there. Those can touch this.
That's a nice dragon splitting up the team a bit.
As does the shatter, and it's looking like Pepehands hold.
Round 3 complete.
I believe they have to get
Yeah, they
2 ticks, correct?
The two ticks.
Score.
Or like a tick and a half?
Either way, they've got 4 minutes.
Switching sides.
39.5%, so a tick in a little bit, I guess.
Initiating match.
Looks like there's a lot of love going on in chat.
I was just pulling up the team names because I know there was the games going on today, but I didn't know which team it was. I know it was Tantalizer Suite going on.
Against Stuck to Dive, which is our tier 3 game.
Indeed.
And we should have another tier 1 game going on about an
Attackers
hour after
incoming
this,
in
I
30
believe.
seconds.
Roughly.
I think it's Blank Assassins versus Imperfect, so...
Let me just pull it up. Tantalizer G. Yes, Blink Assassin versus Imperfect.
Gotcha.
Starting at 9 p.m. roughly. I think it's supposed to be 9
So
p.m.
that-
Eastern.
5, 4, 3,
Right?
2,
What, are you looking at the game schedule?
1.
Yeah, the game
Attackers
schedule.
incoming.
The
Yeah, I think
calendar.
that's in CST,
Defend
so...
objective A.
Or no, game time. Like the actual time. There's a bot for it. I was just looking at that.
So it's looking like Tater, or excuse me, Pepehands are running the same comp. Tater Thots are running a similar comp, except they've gone back to the double shield and Eskimo is on the soldier this time around.
The Mort getting used early on here by the Pepehands.
Loretta has to be careful, she has no golden, and she is taking out. Eskimo was able to take out Wolf though, so currently both tanks are taken out for both teams. Chaotic with a nice res onto Dabrella as well. They're gonna be able to push Pepehands back.
Eskimo getting picked off. It wasn't ideal that he was pushing in by himself onto them with a Hanzo that was pocketed by Marie.
Not enough though, and the dragon was able to take out battle. They're so close, and it looks like they're gonna take it.
Unfortunately.
Victory.
That
Pepehands
is
taking out 3.
Play of the game.
a support play. I feel like I'll hear about this non-stop in the chat right now. By someone very specific.
Really nice window there.
Double kill.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Really smart of Tommen to actually be using it as well to back off, if you saw.
Yep, definitely. Okay, so what's happened here?
Did they just all bail?
Looks like they have to forfeit the last one.
Unfortunate.
Alright, so I guess we move on to MVPs since the score is 3-1 in favor of Pepehands. Do you want to begin or shall I?
This is a little tough. It's a little tough. You can start. I don't know where to begin, to be honest.
Okay. Let's start with the DPS. I mean, that's not easy either.
That's not.
Both teams' DPS were definitely popping off. Winter and Diamond were really doing a good job. They were getting multiple picks. Winter on that flank constantly made Tater Thots worry, having to look back the entire time. Yarrow and Eskimo both popped off on their snipers respectively as well, so it's really difficult for me to single out one person.
I think like the order that I would want to give it in, it's Wolf for tank, either Jarl or Eskimo for DPS. But at the same time, I want VCat to get the MVP as well, because his beats and immortalities were on point with the whole whether it would be resing or when they were getting grabbed onto point.
I agree with you, but I do think that Ket was doing a lot. Those bottom three maps, he was getting a lot of really quick nanos. The purples, that purple on King's Row that saved them, even after being a pickup, was absolutely massive. He built up nanos really quickly. He used a nano, and within 30 seconds, he was at 50% of his ult. It was, something ridiculous like that. Wolf and Mori were both doing a really good job, though I would say Mori was more impactful than Wolf this time around. He was definitely getting the picks, and he was constantly high energy.
Yes, they are forfeiting the fourth map here. Unfortunately, most of Pepehands are not able to stay because they have another match in a different league, I believe they have stated. So the final score is for 3-1 to Pepehands. It's so tough because it's so hard to decide who to give it to, because both teams had such a pop off at points. And
Alright, so what do you think? I'd say Mori, Jarl, and Ket.
Mori, Jarl, and Ket.
What does chat think?
Do you guys have any input of who should get the MVP?
Okay, at least we agree with Jarl for DPS.
Jarl for DPS.
Icy for MVP. I can agree with Ket, says Minelli. Jarl definitely deserved the MVP. I agree. Mori and Wolf is a close tie. This is where we're...
Yeah, this is just it's so hard. Because I also want to give it to VCat, but Ket had... Okay, I'll agree on Ket. Ket's definitely getting it. Okay? Hands down. Between Eskimo and Jarl... I still have a debate between Eskimo and Jarl.
Minelli thinks that Mori did a lot more with the nanos.
Do you think between Eskimo and Jarl then? I'm okay with giving it to Mori. But both of them I want to give it to Eskimo, but
Eskimo was definitely popping off. We saw a couple of 3-4Ks, but the only reason I want to say Yarrow is because he got a lot of opening picks. He did have the like Mercy Pocket, and that did definitely help him out, but he did give a lot of pressure to Pepehands and forced a lot of time off. So, in agreement?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do
So with that, I think that's game.
The next one will be Duck Duck Goats. Going on, I believe they're doing it on this account.
Make sure to stay tuned, guys. No, this account is going to be for the next tier 1 game in an hour, I believe, or in about 45 minutes. The tier 3 game is going to be Tantalizers versus Duck Duck Dive, and that's going to be on Overwatch _stream 2, or OW _stream 2, I want to say. And I think that's really it.
Alright.
So
Bye-bye,
thank you all for coming and watching.